Tell it as it is, with your hosts, Leon George and Leary McRae.
Real talk, real issues.
Yes, welcome back. Welcome back to Tell It Like It Is, and with my host in Barbados, John Killman, and I must apologize that we're having some technical difficulty that is beyond our control. And what we want to do right now is to start getting into those emails that coming in, and because we don't want to leave out the views of the listeners. So, John, if you have those emails, you could read them for us for now.
Okay. My first email, and this is from Tara, and Tara says, relationship is a sentimental bond, and as such, your other half should not consider to have another with you. When you are in times of need, if your other half gets sick, once the bond is, let me see this here, we have a problem here. Once once the bond is strong, you wouldn't think of seeking from another. It seems George is confusing love with something else. We want to thank you very much, Tara, for your call. And let's hear what the panel think what George thinks of this.
See, I don't think so. You see, people are saying that I am confusing love with probably lust or sex, and that is not true. I am saying it's because of love, and because you love your partner, that love should be done on most unselfish act. That here is you cannot meet a need that your husband or your wife would want or would have. And I am saying it is even selfish not to allow them to go and get that fulfillment somewhere else. I think you should allow them. And I said it's because of love for your partner you are letting them do this. It is wrong to even suggest that I am confusing love with something else. I am saying it is because you love your partner you should do it.
George. Right? George?
Yes.
Do you understand what is having sex? Do you understand do you understand all that is involved in?
Yes, I do. My opening statement.
Hold, George, hold a minute. Having sex is not embracing somebody and kissing them, you know. It is far more than that, George.
But
the most intimate connection there could be, and you are doing this with someone with whom you have no bond.
John,
because your husband is ill, or because your wife is ill?
John, I have made that quite clear in my opening remarks.
But that isn't clear.
It's a connection between you and someone else. Right? And that connection, you can't make it with your wife. It's also a physical need. Let's not deny that, John.
George, let me tell you something.
There are times when your hormone acts upon you. There are times when you have a desire for it. And we will have once we are normal and we are healthy, we are going to have a desire for it. And when that desire comes, your partner is unable to fulfill that desire, meet that desire. What do you do? Suppress it? I don't believe in suppressing it.
And neither do I. George, you are forcing me out of my hole. I wanted to stay in there and leave a good lot to imagination. But you are forcing me now to be more explicit than I wanted to be. George, we have people who masturbate, and they are quite satisfied. They haven't got a partner. And I am saying that mutual masturbation under such conditions is equally satisfying. You're really forcing me, George, out of my hole. I would have stayed there and leave something to imagination. But no, you're forcing me. You think of that. People who haven't got a partner and they masturbate and feel comfortable, satisfied, contented. And if you have to be in a situation where your partner, your spouse is incapacitated because of an accident that renders them incapacitated, when these urges come on to you, mutual masturbation is just as satisfying.
That is what you... I don't think so. I disagree. Mutual masturbation. I mean, I grew up as a teenager. I grew up as a youth. I masturbate as a youth. I masturbate as an adult. Right? Masturbation is something we do from time to time, even though we have partners, wife, sometimes we feel we do masturbate. But let me tell you something. Sometimes masturbate is unfulfilling. Sometimes, in fact, I think masturbation, it could even be a selfish act because you are sharing that which you should be sharing with another. You're sharing it by yourself. And you talk about mutual masturbation? Wait, you talk about what mutual masturbation? Your partner is sick. Your partner is ill. What mutual masturbation you're talking here about?
BORATE.
Okay, alright.
George, no, you were saying to me, I made the input there about mutual masturbation. That can come into play. Nothing is wrong when it comes to making love between two spouses.
But who is sick? What is sick? What is ill?
Wait a minute. How ill wherever my wife is that ill that she can't even use her hand and manipulate my genitals, then I ain't thinking about nobody outside.
John, you don't have to think about somebody else. When that hormones acts upon you.
Doesn't come, because let me tell you something, George. If you were with your wife at home, comfortable, and you were in the movement of erection at its fullest, and you look up and see somebody peeping through your sky window, you would become as impotent as if you never had an erection. I
agree. I will not disagree with that.
And then, if you disagree with that idea of my wife being that ill, as long as I love my wife and she's being that ill, I cannot have the testosterone doing the duties.
Sir, John, my dear good sir, I am saying to you, that feeling does not come because you love your wife. That feeling comes with us. That feeling comes within us because we are that type of beings. We are sexual beings.
And
it doesn't matter.
But you are not sexual being. Do you know that if you have a cold or you are ill, you know it doesn't come? It ain't talking about no wife now. Do you know you could be physically ill to the point that you don't feel it anymore? You don't even feel it, and you're not incapacitated, like say.
John, you don't even have to be ill. There are times you're just not in that mood. You don't even have to be ill.
Right.
There are times you're not even in that mood,
so
and there are times you have a need for it.
Your partner is there to the point that they cannot do this anymore, and you know it.
And I don't know.
This thing, that you want somebody so badly, and you're telling me that your wife or your husband should allow you to go.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Yes, I'm saying it right tonight.
What I'm questioning is not your sanity; it is something else.
Has nothing to do with sanity. It has to do with making your partner happy. And
let them know that sex means so much to you that you you can't give me a girl to put somewhere else. That's how you make them happy.
Sex is very important. We don't underestimate the value of sex.
The bond between you and I, you I want some sex, and you sick. I gonna look for this.
Yes. Sick. Sick outside.
Yeah, arrogant. That's being insensitive.
don't underestimate the value of sex. It's important.
The sex is, no wonder that some people get put in jail for rape.
No, that's you're going into a different realm there. I think you're going into a different realm.
I know,
that is out of logic. You think you're going into a different realm there about rape and all this kind of thing. But John.
Yeah.
I think we have another email to read. I don't want to get the emails to really get lost in our discourse here tonight.
All right, good. Okay, let me get the other email before my internet start to monkey around with us. Okay, here we go again. This is from Kurt. Thank you, Kurt, for calling us. And Kurt said, I would let my wife seek sex from another if she is getting paid. Oh my God, here he goes. Talk about that. I would let my wife seek sex if she's getting paid. Kurt, I think you would be put before the court for living on immoral earnings.
Kurt, you're talking about prostituting your wife here there, Kurt, I don't know. But then again, Kurt, I mean, who is me to tell you that is wrong?
Kurt, you're hiring out your wife for sexual practices.
Yeah, but Kurt, you're prostituting your wife, but Kurt, again, who is me to tell you that you're wrong? I mean, if that's the way you see it, your wife agree with you, well then come on. I don't think anybody have the right to tell you that is wrong. That's the way you will go about it, that's the way you do it. But I don't think I will go about it for pay, for money. I don't think so. Not for money. Because I am saying what I would like for myself, I will do the same, I will want to go outside and have that sexual relationship with my wife. Cannot meet in our relationship. So therefore,
you're really serious, George?
I'm serious, huh? Yes, sir.
And you know that your wife is home on bed ill. She is home ill in bed. And George, what you going to do to enjoy a session of sex with some stranger? What
stranger? It might be somebody else watching.
So when you come back, now what would you say? So sure. Darling, and I'm back, and it was wonderful. Yes. That's what you would do? George, you said yes?
Yes, I said yes. Why you expect me to say something else? And I'm saying to you, I should do it with her consent. That's the way it should be. I shouldn't do it behind her back because it's equally, if it's wrong, as you say, to do it, what about to let her know? I believe in hurting somebody honestly, and I mentioned that before. I think I am going to do it and letting her know that I'm going to do it.
But George, that's insensitive.
It's not. It is not insensitive. It is more insensitive to go and do it when she believes that you are not doing it.
But I never said you should do it. But when you're not asking for her consent to do it, that is cruel and unkind.
I disagree. I am asking her to display her most unselfish attitude when it comes to love, to display
you are asking her to understand that I need sex and you can't give me. That is an injustice on her in the first place.
No. It's a reality.
You have your usefulness.
No, she's a man. I'm a man. She's a woman. That's a reality. I'm a man. She's a woman.
What?
She's a woman. I'm a man. Okay? That's the reality of it. I didn't make her a woman. She didn't make me a man. That's the way it is. So just as if she get ill, I didn't make her ill.
Yeah, but when she is ill, could you imagine what's going on in her mind?
Reality. But she's ill.
So because I'm ill, go there and have a fling, and when you come back, and you come back and report, darling, it was so wonderful.
Yes, of course.
You? was as good as mine when it was thing. And here you're being honest, a lot better. I finished killer.
I don't think she should kill her. I don't think you should kill her. And let me tell you, I probably, I looked at this situation whole week and I've studied this situation. I'm quite serious in what I'm saying to you, sir. Right? I am saying to you, if it's better, it's better. So what?
So, and if she asked you that, you would tell her, yes, it was much better than yours.
And she should be big enough. Heart should be big enough to say you enjoyed it, you're happy, and I'm happy for you. Your happiness is what I want to see. Just as much as I know you want my happiness. I will do what it takes to make you happy because George, I know I will know that you will go the distance to see me happy.
George, would you like me to describe that and tell you exactly what that is?
No, tell me how you see it. Don't tell me how it is. Tell me how you
tell you what I'm telling you.
Your point of view. Tell me how you see it.
Not how I see it. I'm going to tell you what that is. Unadulterated sadism. Anybody who can do that is a sadist.
I disagree 100%.
All right. I mean, we're entitled to
and disagree with you.
We are still friends. You're still my Trinidadian friend and you're a Barbadian friend, but I'll tell you the truth. That is sadism. Anybody who could do that is a sadist. This woman is, and she would be glad to help you.
Anybody who do that has a big heart. It means you have a big heart. It means you have demonstrated an act of the most unselfish and an unusual way that people will not even think. This is the extent to which I love you. I allowed you to go and have sexual relationship outside our marriage. This is the extent to which I love you. I want you to stay with me because your happiness is more important to me than anything else. And this is the extent to which I love you, George. This is what I want my wife to tell me.
I know something. I would love to hear you, and this is not a personal thing. No, this is just an analogy being brought. You and your wife and your 2 children, you are out of a job. You can't find a job. She can't either. And the children had to stop school because you can't buy the uniform, you can't buy the books, and they're hungry. But you know somebody down the road has a field of potatoes. Go and dig out a few and says, I love my children so much that I would sacrifice going and digging these potatoes so that my children shouldn't starve.
No, under no circumstances I will do anything dishonest in a relationship.
But I understand.
But it's still, that is dishonesty. Because that is stealing. That is stealing.
Hunger is just as much a physical urge and need as
you can beg.
Sex.
You don't have to steal, you can beg. Begging is not dishonesty, begging is not stealing, you can beg, you don't have to steal. I could make no justification for any form of dishonesty.
Well, let me tell you something, you could masturbate too.
Yeah, you could masturbate, but if masturbation is not enough.
Her assist you too.
Masturbation is a selfish act.
Yeah?
Masturbation is a selfish act because you are performing an act we should be sharing. And it is not fulfilling.
Or that is why I said mutual masturbation. Mutual masturbation is not
for heaven's sake, the lady's lie down on a bed incapacitated. She has a stroke.
What's wrong with that? What has incapacitated?
What does she want with that? She lied down there. She might not even be in the mood. What are you talking about?
Okay, so in other words, if she had not been incapacitated, but she ain't in the mood, George. You said, but sex is a terrible thing. I've got the urge right now, so I'm going to look for somebody. Because you're not in the mood. George, what are you telling me? As long as you must have sex. Whether she's in the mood or not, you must have sex. And if she's not in the mood...
No, that's a different. If we are not, You know, you can make that sacrifice. If you need to, if you feel to have sex, and your wife is not in the mood, you should understand that she is not in the mood. That is only temporary.
I see.
That is only temporary. Because that is not the same.
But if she's ill and is unable
Because likewise, she could want it and you may not be in the mood. So that's temporary.
So what you're saying is that if one partner is incapacitated physically, so
yes,
the other partner should give them full permission to go and have sex.
Yes. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying that right through from the beginning of the program. That is what I'm saying.
Do you know that we have dogs who wouldn't even do that?
I have never studied animal behavior. I have never studied.
Well,
so I can't say that. No. I can't say that. I don't know animals. I don't know animal has that kind of reasoning.
Let me tell you something that I would know that you probably don't know. If a bitch is in heat, you'll find about 6 or 7 bulls running her down. Everyone that makes an attempt, she snaps at him. One fella she allows.
She allows one fella because she ready at that time. Animals don't have that kind of logic. Animals don't have that kind of reasoning.
You ask any veterinarian. She allows one fella. She snap at all the others and they're all running around there expecting a piece of the pie. But one fella, he goes. And when it comes to lovebirds now, I keep lovebirds. So I know they are lifetime matters. The lovebird. I can talk about
John, you're missing the point here. They are lifetime mates. But if one die, John, if I'm married, John, if I'm married,
mate again.
John, if I'm married, yes, for better or worse, I'm married for life. However, once my partner is healthy and everything is going all right, that's good. But if she become ill, right? Right? If she becomes ill, I don't see why she shouldn't seek it outside, and I don't see why she shouldn't allow me to seek it outside. I don't know. You want to check? Let me just get back to the emails and.
Yeah, we have something here from Linda. Thank you, Linda, for sending us your mail. Here we go. Linda says, let me see where I've got her. Oh, yes, radio. Yeah, okay. Yes, Linda says, sex is a symbol of bond and it should be between the one you truly love. If your other half is sick, you can use sex toys. Thank you, Linda. Remember, George, humans can control themselves. We are not animals who are run only on hormones. If my relationship is strong, I would not feel the same to have sex with another. Thank you very much, Linda. You are saying it the way I saw it. Let's see if we can convince George. George, your turn.
Linda, I think we need to go for a break, and when we come back, Linda, I'll respond to you. Thank you very much for your email. Let's take a break here at this time.
Okay.